Hey guys, it's Tuesday afternoon and we have another Speedway Chat show. How are you, Wilbur?
I'm doing great. We're just got back into school. I got out of school about 10 minutes ago, so it's a little bit stressy, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got a great show this evening. We've got Jason Doyle, 2017 World Speedway Champion. It's going to be a good show. We've got lots of videos, got some photos. It'd be great to get some of your comments in the comments below. Ask us anything. Jason's just said he'll pretty much answer anything that you throw at him. And let's get the show started. 2 seconds. Here we go. Here we go. So before we start, I just want to say a massive thanks to SP2A Speedway who
Speculate to accumulate.
Yeah, help us with a little bit of advertising spend to get the videos out to as more people as we possibly can. Those guys help us out. And at the end of the video, we have got a massive announcement, something that's going to take us all through the winter with lots of things going on. And if you want to hear all about it,
make sure you stay to the end.
Stay to the end because this is massive. It's going to really benefit a load of people. So here we go. So have you got anything else you need to say, Wilbur?
Nothing much. I think it's time to introduce the 2017 World Champ, Jason Doyle.
Here he is.
How's it going?
Jace, how are you? Good?
How's it going? Hey, I'm here. All good,
so,
boys. Thanks for letting me come on.
Yeah, no worries.
Hectic, season, you got used to chilling now, back in lockdown in the UK? Can you hear me?
Oh, mate, I'm getting pretty good at yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a delay there. That's all. It's all good. Yeah, we're all good.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm just the last couple of weeks I've been staying at home doing the things around the yard and the house that we couldn't do throughout the season. So it's there's a lot of jobs to be doing in this lockdown, and it's a pretty crazy time at the moment. But I'm just going to hopefully push through it.
Yeah, for sure. So how was it having your season where you had to go and base yourself in Poland for the whole winter for the whole summer, sorry, and and not do all the traveling that you did before?
Mate, to be honest, I hated it. I thought I could handle it a lot better than I did, but to be honest, it was so far out of my comfort zone living in another country. What I thought I'd be able to handle, this little things made it a little bit harder. If you're normally a season, I'll be racing 3 or 4 times a week, but to just race and practice maybe once, twice a week, practice, and then the race meeting on the weekend, there was a lot of time to sit at the apartment and think about things. And obviously the season didn't go too well at the start, so I was thinking about what was happening and kind of just sitting there dwelling on things, and it made it tough being away from my wife Emily and obviously not being at home in my own comfort zone.
Did Emily get to come out at all, or?
Yeah, at first we were we had a little plan in place that we were going to just wait to see what happened. I always thought by July it all break free and we'd all be coming back to our normal homes and our normal life, but that never happened. So yeah, she did come over a couple of times. The plan was we were going to have a lot of renovations done in our house, so she was going to come back here and just keep an eye on all that. But obviously with the COVID situation, everything changed, and it was just me out there by myself pretty much for 6 months.
Wow. I seen you and Batch drove out together in convoy. That was right at the very beginning.
We had to plan our way to get to Poland first, because France had locked down, so a lot of the people were having troubles going through. Obviously, when you go from the ferry or the train, you're going from Calais through France and then to Poland that way. But we went to Holland and missed France, and then went to Holland that way, and then back up to Poland, which it was good to always travel with Batch, because he's pretty sensible. Maybe not driving, but he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he looks with all the information pretty thoroughly into it all before we actually left.
Yeah, and I've spoke to you before. I think we spoke in Bydgoszcz, and you were saying about your racing, and I think you said in 2017 when you won the world title, you'd never done so many meetings in one season, and that was the season, obviously, that you was at your best and won the world title. Do you think? I know you sort of briefly passed on it, but do you think that was a big thing with this year not getting to race in Denmark and Sweden and England and stuff like that?
Yeah, on an average, we'd for the last probably 6 years, I've been doing 80 to 90 meetings a year. I always like to be racing, because when you're practicing, you always have that mindset of the right setup, and whenever you have a good practice, you end up going into the meeting a little bit not on the ball. And when you're racing, you don't have a lot of time to be thinking about the setups and all that side to it. You always either you're probably a little bit tighter and a bit like down on energy, so you kind of more think about how you're going to get through the next meeting when you had probably 6 or 7 meetings in a row. But this year we've only just doing Poland and missing out on the English side, and obviously a couple of meetings in Sweden I've done. It was quite tough, just doing the practice side to it, and only just turning up to a race meeting on a Sunday and trying to fire on all cylinders, really.
Yeah. So we've got to mention that last week we heard about the Polish League bringing in the new rule that you can only ride in one other country. How do you feel about that rule, being a rider that prefers to be riding all the time?
Mate, it's terrible. It's like dictating the sport, really. Poland, obviously, you know about the two teams this year, but what's going to happen in 2022 when they say to all the riders that if you ride extra league, that you're only allowed to ride extra league, and you're not allowed to do England, Sweden, Denmark? It's not right. There's only a few riders out there what actually only like doing Poland and the Grand Prix. So why don't just let everyone else what wants to ride a lot more? And obviously we've got a lot of sponsors what I ride in England to obviously get a lot of support from them and the fans, and to not ride in England or Sweden where you have a few sponsors, it's down on them as well, and they don't want to be just watching you in Polish Speedway. They want to be watching you live at either their track or when you can come to the Grand Prix. Yeah. So yeah, mate, or it's just close by. It's a crazy idea. What I don't know. I think a lot of the riders at the moment are bewildered by what's happening at the moment, and Poland's kind of dictating with the money. And I know everyone knows how much more money we earn, but if it doesn't stop now, that it's going to be tough for these other leagues to actually keep all the top riders in and racing. Yeah, and it's not like there's not big enough penalties already in place for not turning up to a meeting or something like that. You know, you have the incentive that you're going to turn up to the meeting, because you can get massive fines for not turning up. So, and
I remember hearing about one of their fines and rules that they had back in the day, where I mean the rider was always supposed to show advertisement of the sponsors, and I think it was Vasulik or something like that had a major crash, and they were filming him, and he came into the pits and he had to take the top of his suit off, and and it wasn't showing sponsors, and he got a fine for it while the medical people were taking care of him. I mean, it comes to a point where you're killing it more than helping it. And now, I mean, it feels like they're just trying to dictate everything that everyone's doing, and it really sucks to see, because I mean, it's a sport that I love, it's a sport that you love, many people love, and they're killing it.
Yeah, it's not like football where the footballers do their one league or their one competition. It's us guys. We don't earn as much as footballers, so we're trying to ride all these other leagues to earn our money for a short career also.
And show yourself in multiple countries and get more sponsors and more support, and that's how you end up with more money as well.
And also,
exactly, mate.
Sorry, Jace, go. I think there's a bit of a delay.
Go.
No, I was just about to say as well, like, the amount of travel. Oh, there's a bit of a delay here, isn't there? We keep cutting each other off. What I was going to say then is it's not just the financial side of it as well, but like riding in England, the amount of effort that goes in, you're traveling back and forth from Europe, and the money that you've got to have a setup here, and it's more about bike time, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, but for us guys who are living in England, it's so much easier for us to be racing in England. I understand why a lot of the Poles don't want to come over here, because they also have to lay out another 2 bikes and mechanics, and the costs are a lot more. But for us to not ride in our home country, England is based as our home because we can't race in Australia. But I think it's wrong that they're limited us to certain leagues to race, really.
Yeah. I seen a comment earlier. We'll move off of that. I seen a comment earlier saying, "Are you going to be granted a testimonial anytime soon in the UK?"
Yeah, if someone can plan it for me, you've got on top of organise my Grand Prix series. I do everything myself, mate. So it's quite hard to do a testimonial on top of organising Grand Prix and all my league racing at the moment. I'd love to do a testimonial. I've been here 15 seasons now, so I've been allowed to have one at Swindon. That was last year, but obviously with the Grand Prix and trying to focus on that at the moment, while I'm still got a few more years left in me, I hope to push for another world title. It's just that extra pressure and organising to organise the testimonial. Yeah,
for sure. And that's exactly what the people were saying in the comments was, you're definitely deserving of a testimonial in the UK. You rode here pretty much all through your career. I think you haven't missed a season in the UK, have you?
I had 2009, I think it was. I'd done one meeting at Newport and then had to go back to Australia for an operation, which ruled me out for the rest of the year. So other than that, that's the reason why I had to stay for this winter for my visa, because I had 1 year off and it kind of cancelled a lot of things out at that time.
Oh, right. So that's another. There's another question that was asked earlier. Since you've raced in 2 of the biggest meetings in Wales, which one do you prefer, Cardiff or the Newport Classic?
Well, when I'm racing at Cardiff, I don't have a hangover. I only done. I can't remember. I don't think I've done many Welsh Opens, but I was sober that time I did one. But there's been a few riders who haven't passed the alcohol test before the meeting, which at least they don't ban you. I
was going to say there was a particular rider I remember, and we was in the Hilton Hotel in Cardiff, and they did the after party. Years ago when they did the after parties, we was in the after party at the Hilton. One of the riders was could hardly stand up, and then went to Newport the next day and did really well. And you're like, I'd be dead. There'd be no doing anything productive that following day if I was in that state. But he seemed to do all right the following day.
I think Wilbur at his age, he'll be all right, mate.
I'm good, whatever.
Older boys, what hand? Yeah, he'd be all right with a hangover. It's us old boys what can't. It takes us 2 days to get over it.
So obviously you came through the Premier League and things like that, and you had a long time in the Premier League. Did you get to a point where you thought, has your goal always been to be world champion?
No, that's my goal was always to win a golden helmet. I didn't think I was good enough to even get into the Grand Prix at one point. But it's funny how life changes quite quick, and I got stuck in Australia a few years back, where I had to choose to go straight to Elite League and not to the Premier League. So that was my little kick up the bum. Definitely a level of racing, and that's what I done, and just stuck to Elite League. And obviously, you got to know that it's the right time. I was getting a lot older then, so I'm not saying to the young boys out there what are listening that you should just jump straight into extra league, to Elite League at the time. You definitely need to do your apprenticeship, and then I thought it was time for me to go for it and not make any regrets, because I've done some silly things over my younger times with obviously partying and doing all that side to it, but it was time to knuckle down, and obviously I met Emily at the same time, and that calmed me a hell of a lot down.
Yeah, we got a picture here. Do you think she's been a massive help in? Do you think she's been a massive help in you becoming the person you are today and becoming world champion? Calmed you down, maybe?
Yeah, mate, we're like chalk and cheese. Yeah, I still fire up at, like, obviously everyone knows that I'm hot-headed when I'm racing, and it's totally a different person when you're outside. But she's really good for me, mate. She's kept me on the straight and narrow, but also she's there to support you, especially not so much when you're winning, but when you're having the tough times. And yeah, it's funny. Like, obviously, Wilbur will know with his dad. When everything's good, you've got so many friends, but like at the start of the year when I had 2 shit Grand Prix, and I felt like everyone just disappeared, which you still got your wife and your close friends by when shit does hit the fan. And it's always nice to know that they're there. It's not about scoring points for them or how much money you earn, and as long as you're safe, and that's the family you want and the support you need.
Yeah, for sure. So I have gone through and I have found some photos. There's this one here has got to be pretty cool. Is that in your house?
Yeah, it is. It's that is kind of the main thing was the golden helmet, but then obviously I won the world title before getting my first golden helmet. So that was kind of, for me, the golden helmet was for myself. Yeah. You look shocking, don't you, wearing one of them? They don't get it. You don't get the size fitted properly. So try chucking a wheelie after the race meeting with that thing on. Yeah, there you go. It didn't end well, that one, mate.
That's one of my favourite photos. I love that one.
Yeah, well, obviously when that looks good there, but probably 10 seconds after that, when the throttle fell off,
really?
I bounced off the fence. Yeah, so lucky I saved the 20 grand helmet on my head and it didn't crash. The guy that makes the helmet was, he was a bit shocked, but it was, that's for what I was always aiming for, and to win a world title was unbelievable. I still can't believe it, but you work hard for these things.
Yeah, for sure. We've actually got, for those, I mean, who's not seen this, but we're going to play it anyway. We have got a video here of the. It's not that one. Here we go. So this goes back to the race where you actually won the world title. Do you want to talk us through this? There's got to be some nerves going here.
Yeah. When I first made the start, I made an absolute shocker, but it kind of two of the boys went wide, and it kind of allowed me to slide back underneath them. But they always say when you're in front and you're going to win your first world title, you can hear the chains going, and I could hear that primary train flying around, and I was thinking, just don't let go at the moment. And to do it in front of the Australian public was a moment, and I'll never forget. But Yeah, that last lap, I kind of forgot how to ride. I come to this last corner and I don't know what I was doing. I was looking at the crowd. I was just looking at the big screen to realise that my dreams were coming true. And before this, I've spent nearly 3 weeks thinking about this last moment. And I think that you got to always visualise you to win these type of meetings, and it's all come true. And then the relief come, and obviously everything comes off your shoulders, like they say. The pressure comes off, and you're back to racing. And obviously won that Grand Prix. And you see it. I've seen it the last few years. Like when someone wins a world title, they always go on to win the meeting because they've got no pressure. You just wish you could ride a race meeting without that pressure and just go there and have fun. And I think that's what you got to teach young kids to always enjoy the fun times when they can, because when you become professional, it turns into a job.
Yeah, fun job though, surely.
Oh mate, love it. Yeah, I'm very lucky. Like I know, like I whinge about going to Poland and having how tough a year, but I think about the boys in England and think like they've missed a whole year of racing, and it's what we love to do now. It's like at the end of the year when you've done 90 meetings, you're like so tired that you don't really want to sit on a bike for a few months. But comes March time, and that's when it's time to get back on, and you really miss it. And obviously you're pissed off your family that much. Obviously the wife wants you to get back on a bike and then leave for a few weeks. So it's back to game on.
There's a comment here about the confrontation with Madsen at Poole. Can we ask about
that? Which time?
Which time?
The one at Poole or the one in after the Grand Prix?
Yeah, the one at Poole. Yeah, the one at Poole.
I
don't know what this is.
Midlow will know what happened. I was a little bit stronger and bigger back then, and could lift him up. So yeah, it went a bit pear-shaped. It was just a Danish move I'd done on him.
Oh, okay. So we have got, looking through stuff earlier. I mean, if anybody is a bit squeamish, you need to look away now. But I looked for some photos earlier, and it was really apparent that Jason's not scared of hospitals. he's made a few trips to hospital.
Google me name, and that's what comes up.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, jeez.
Shark bite.
What is that from?
That's in Australia, that one. Yeah, that's from the little bolt underneath the Joker throttle. Now it's flat, isn't it? The bolt, what goes through to stop stop the throttle. That was a little bit long, and when I cartwheeled in Germany on it, it ripped my leg apart. So I think I got 32 stitches then.
Oh my jeez.
I think who else did an American boy done it probably a week later. Aaron, yeah.
Oh really? I didn't even know that he did that.
Aaron Fox.
Yeah, Fox.
Yeah. He before he left, I think he done the same thing a couple of weeks later, and he said it was his throttle as well. So yeah, that's why on the
because it looked like I couldn't tell if you got stuck with your foot peg or whatever it was, because you flung with the bike as a bike did a cartwheel.
Yeah, it pretty much flipped me, mate, and I think that's the only thing what we show on the bike, and there was a little bit of skin still on the end of the throttle, so I think we'll put it down to that. Yeah, I do like crashing. I've got a real good average at the moment. Emily said to me that's the second year that she's been with me out of 9 that I've come away without an injury this year, so I'm pretty happy with that.
That's pretty good.
So it's not very good percentage, to be honest.
So I was looking for videos earlier that are, good racing and things like that. And Wilbur introduced you a second ago and said, "Oh, here's Jason Doyle." But what I was going to do is I was going to play this video because somebody's made a compilation video of your crashes. There's been that many. So 2 seconds. It's this one here.
How long does the show go for?
Oh yeah. Well, here we go. Let's check this one out. There's some beauty crashes in this one.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the leg?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a leg. I broke my neck in that one. That was Melbourne.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a big one. Punching me lung in that one. Knocked me out. Yeah. Shattered my elbow.
There's the neck again.
Melbourne again. Yeah.
Yeah. The helmet choked me at Cardiff. Yeah.
Bomber one.
Yeah, that's the one what finished me. Yeah, bomber.
Yeah.
Yeah, punched me lung. I think 9 or 12 broken ribs, broken tailbone. Yeah, that's me cut leg.
Yeah.
That's just a standard night. Falling off. Nothing happened.
It's Jason Doyle! What a race that is! And Speedway from the
Yeah, that's the good times then, isn't it?
Oh, come on,
Rather
Dad.
Yeah, let me go.
With injuries that could have finished his career, and here he is, 12 months later, the official 2017 FIM World Speedway Champion!
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's me life.
So there it is.
That's
Been a
it.
few crashes.
Yeah. No, it's mate. Before that, I wish there was the Premier League days. I think the old Rye House track. I think I took every panel out there, so I was pretty good around there as well. But I've had a few crashes, mate. You got to learn how to bounce.
Well, they do say if you're not going fast enough, if you're not crashing, you're not going fast enough, isn't it?
Yeah, right. I'll take that one.
So one thing I know that Charlesy definitely was going to ask you about was the whole situation with gating and getting warnings at the Grand Prix. Pretty much every Grand Prix we see that Jason Doyle's got a warning of some sort for a gating offence. Is that part of your tactic?
No, mate, I don't. I think that's. I don't want to whinge about English Speedway because I absolutely love it. But when you go to English Speedway, they hold the tapes like 1 second to go. Yeah, I can't really make an excuse up this year, but normally it's held a little bit longer, and a different rule now that the man at the stands between the gates 2 and 3 has to move away before they actually put the green light on, so it's a little bit longer. But I always seem to have a better Grand Prix when I have that little warning. For some reason, I stay a little bit better, and obviously it works a little bit better. But it backfired this year in Prague when I got knocked out of the semis before even leaving the tapes. So it can work both ways. But it's a rule what's in place, and I guess there's a lot of riders what have snuck under it this year. There's a lot of, I guess I can say Madsen got away with it a few times. So if you get away with it, you're lucky. But I think the refs are a lot onto the ball now with the TV being next to them.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, boys. But if you want to tell me different, go for
it. No. We just asked Phil Morris the other week. We had him on talking about where Speedway and the Grand Prix series can go and how they can make it better and things like that. And the gating thing is something that he was talking about, and he was saying about, you know, if a rider moves with the tape, so as soon as the tape moves, they've anticipated it, because there's no way that you can move at the same, you don't have the same reaction speeds as the tape's going up, because that's the moment that your brain tells you to let go of the clutch, sort of thing.
Yeah.
When he explained it like that, you sort of go, okay, yeah, I get it. So there is no anticipating the start. It's, you can only go obviously when the tapes go up, and that's where that rules came in. And it was interesting to hear his side of that story, if that makes sense. But back in the day, there was rolling.
Yeah, you could bounce off the tapes and then roll back and do all that. But I guess they're trying to make it a little bit more professional, but it obviously robs the public when you come to a final and there's only like 2 or 3 people in it. So it's I guess that's the rule. And I know Phil feels very strong with that, and he's very good for the Grand Prix, so I can't argue with that one.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
I mean, watching all the races here in the States and stuff like that, I mean, you see all the riders moving all the way up and then backing off and then all the way up again, and then you go, you know. I mean, everyone moves here all the time, and it's just like it's so weird to watch. But then you watch the GPs and you see the guys holding the tapes for, you know, almost 2 seconds, and then it's just like, that's an eye opener, you know.
Yeah, but also now, like the revs are so much higher with these heavy engines. So like sitting on that bike, and I'm a rever, so my bike's absolutely peaking. And when they're holding them that extra little bit longer, and now they've got the rev limit, it's a little bit different. But it's you're always thinking that the thing's going to explode. And like you said, mate, when you're riding in America and a lot of the riders are jumping it, and that's what we get in England. There's many meetings where like riders have jumped through the tape and like not touched the tapes but jumped, and then you got to play catch up. So
yeah,
where it's a little bit needs to go to the Grand Prix system, and hopefully that's when all over the world will be the same system, and then we can then stay still a little bit better.
I see.
Yeah,
well, I actually had my first go on a 500 the other night, and I was thinking about showing that right here. I have a video. Oops.
Yeah. What have we done there? Go for it, Wilbur.
And it's not in the best quality right now. I need to let it kind of load. I think my Wi-Fi is kind of terrible.
Run us through the feeling, mate, of when you first dropped it, that first clutch drop.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. I could tell that it was a lot higher in RPMs, dumping the clutch, and I could tell everything was different. You have so much more vibration, and it was weird. I tried a little bit of a low rev start, and it came up on me. I was like, oh, okay, this is weird. But then, you know, even just I was playing around with my body weight as well, coming out of the turns, going in and out, and you know, I could tell coming out it would want to lift, you know, it'd want to pop up a little bit more on you. And the way we had it geared, it was more easy to ride than anything. And you know, it was actually really fun. I came in with a grin on my face, and I was like, that was fun. I like that. So I can't wait to move up.
Yeah, that's what you always remember. The first time you ever jump on a 500, you just get that buzz. And I think that's the drug that we all chase.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It was really fun, and the track conditions were great. Thanks to everyone at Paris Speedway there that always lets us, you know, come out and rent the track. It was so fun. And the first time I went out, I just played around, and I was getting used to, you know, the whole you know, it's a whole different feeling than the 250. So I was just getting used to that, and then, you know, geared it a little bit differently, and then we got out and got it higher up on the RPMs, and it was really fun.
How big's that track?
That track is probably it's not big at all. It's one of the bigger tracks that we have here, but compared to a lot of other tracks, I mean, over in Europe and stuff, it's nothing that we can compare it to.
Have you been to the US, Jace? I know Darcy and Chris and that, they went out there.
Learn on these little tracks. Our audio's... Sorry, Mark, can't miss that bit. Yeah, audio's...
Can you hear me? Okay, 2 seconds. Let me refresh my screen.
Yep. Go again.
Yeah, I think his audio cut out right there.
Just me and you.
Yeah.
There we go. How's that?
And is he back?
Can you hear me?
Still can't hear him or see him?
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me.
Wilbur said he doesn't need the big dog. He said that he can do the show without you.
Oh, yeah, so sweet. I'll go then.
Ready.
Yeah. What I was saying before is, have you been out to the US and rode at all? I know Chris and Darcy went out and did that meeting. It was, I think, at Industries. I think.
Nah, I haven't had the opportunity to ride, and I've been asked a couple of times to go out there, but we're still racing in Europe when they have that the meeting that they send a lot of the European boys over. So I'd love to go out there and just do a couple of meetings. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Well, we're saying that my audio is terrible, so I'm just going to change the audio. Second.
Yeah, you sound like a robot.
Okay, I will sort that out. 2 seconds.
There you go.
Carry on talking. Keep talking.
It's working when you're away from. Yeah, I think if I had the opportunity to go to America, that's the pressure's off, and you can have a bit of fun and ride out there, and it'd be cool holiday to do that, because over here it's kind of too much pressure. So I think you have that opportunity to just have fun.
I see.
He's gone.
No, it's. Oh yeah, he's gone. I don't know where he went.
I'm here. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yep. It's better.
Nah, not. Is it?
It's like going in and out.
Yeah. 1 2 1 2. Hello.
No, it
should be better now.
It's like going. I think it's like something with the connection. It's not that great, and it's also saying that we're having trouble streaming to Facebook right now.
Really?
Yep.
Well, yeah, some people can comment and just say, let's see what's happened.
Well,
cut off too. Right, so can you three all hear me? Fine? You two,
yeah.
Just hear me? Yeah, is that okay? Yeah, Facebook's disconnected, it says here.
Uh-oh. Should we maybe restart the broadcast or something? I don't know what to do.
I don't know. I've never had this problem before. Right, okay, so we might have to just go out and we'll make another one straight away, and we'll do like a second video. Right, 2 seconds.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll send
anybody that's on YouTube, because the YouTube's still live. Then we will be back in 2 seconds.